my Jordan year. I am living with no fear, moving myself from here to here. I elevate.
Hello and hi and welcome. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome guys to episode 3 of Cultrd. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to like, to share, to comment, to subscribe. It's been a wild ride and I'm so happy. I'm actually so excited. Can I tell you guys something? Like, God is faithful. If there's one thing that I know Mobutulongbaka as a matter of fact, is that God is faithful and he is true and he is just and he is literally the most amazing God that one could serve. He is the only God that I feel is worth serving because wow, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for taking the time to like, to share, to comment, subscribe. Like I said, welcome to Cultrd episode 3. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 and episode 2. And if you haven't watched or listened to the episodes, I recommend, because where we're going to the top, my dears. You and I together, we're going to the top. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much. We're here on episode 3. And to be honest, like I said, each episode I feel like is supposed to build on top of each other for the girly or the guy that is out there trying to figure themselves out, trying to figure out what's my next move. What am I doing? What am I requiring out of myself for this life? I think that it's imperative that you first make the decision. Secondly, you set the boundaries and the laws that you want to live by, the laws that allow you to get to the vision, get to the place that you're supposed to be getting to, and enjoy the journey, the destination to getting to that place. You really do need to set some rules up for yourself. So that's our segue into episode 3, where we're discussing, Yeah, actually, I'm at odds right now because episode 3 was supposed to be about the vacuum law of prosperity. I have a YouTube channel outside of Cultrd. Well, it's my personal YouTube channel where I had discussed at some point the vacuum law of prosperity. But between then and now, a lot has happened. I think it's almost a year ago that I had the episode about the vacuum law. And let me tell you something. I believe in that principle. Spiritual law is so beautiful. But a rundown. This episode, like I said, I'm at odds because I thought that we're going to be talking about the vacuum law of prosperity. But this episode seems like it's leading towards using what you have. Yeah. I feel it deeply to talk about that. I'm the type of person who jumps. I jump. When I make a decision, I go all in. And this is why I think a lot of people can say they've seen me start and stop at a lot of different things, or not even start and stop, but start and fail at different things. Like, for example, I've started a couple of businesses in my lifetime. I've started a couple of businesses, and outside of starting a couple of businesses, I've pursued different things. I had a channel where I would write poetry. I had a page, pardon me, on IG where I'd write poetry, Diary of a Hopeful Romantic. And outside of that, I had a women empowerment organization that I was running. I've just started different things, and just, do you know what I mean? When I get the idea to say, okay, I'm going to do this, I do it. And I don't think about the plan per se, which is funny because I've been telling you guys about vision and planning, but I think that using what you have goes hand in hand with the law of inspired action. And I guess that's what today's episode is about. I am going to be talking about using what you have because, let me tell you, for the past couple of weeks, I have been trying my best to make sure that obviously the quality of the podcast is absolutely amazing for you to watch and the visuals are visualzing. You got what I'm saying, right? But I haven't been able to kind of sort of put that together as yet. I guess in terms of resources, the first episode I shot with my homie, his name is Mzamo. He's done absolutely amazing work for me. He shot the cover, and I will put it here, of my song called Prodigal Love featuring Uyihlo. While you're here, shameless plug, I'm gonna need you to go listen to that song. Like I said, I am a musician, a conversationalist, and I'm a musician, a conversationalist, and a conscious marketer, amongst many other things. So yeah, I'm gonna plug my music here. Listen to Prodigal Love. It's out on all digital streaming platforms. Thank you so much. So Mzamo has shot some beautiful stuff for me. He is like God sent. He is sent from heaven, because he's really just been helping me in terms of equipment and shooting, and yeah, he's amazing. And whoever needs a photographer, I highly recommend him, Zamo. I'm going to plug him here. Yeah, for all of those who are listening, it's Nerd Supreme on Instagram. That's his page. He's absolutely amazing. So there's that. So the past couple of weeks, I haven't had the capacity to just put together the space to be able to shoot and all of that stuff. And I kind of had a conversation internally, I guess, with the Holy Spirit, where it was like, I felt like, does that mean that I'm not going to shoot? Do you know what I mean? Does it mean that because I don't have all of the resources that I'd like to ideally have as a perfectionist, does it mean I'm not going to shoot? And to be honest, the answer was pretty simple for me, because it was no. It does not mean that, because I have been in a space in my life where I was unemployed and I still wanted to make content. I still wanted to shoot videos, and I shot over 100 YouTube videos at home. There was a time I was shooting every day, just trying to sharpen the skill, just trying to get better as a content creator. And I realized, Uguti, sometimes we hold ourselves back because we claim things in the name of perfectionism, but you really can use what you have. I would watch a lot of videos of other content creators who would say, yeah, just use your phone, just use what you have, just use the mic, just start, just start. And I'm at that point in my life where I get it. You really can just use what you have. Like right now, I am using my phone. This is a mic that was gifted to me about 2 years ago. I'm using Mzamo. Shout out to Mzamo one time. Mzamo, you're a real homie for real. I'm using Mzamo's MacBook. I'm using GarageBand. And I'm using things that I have now to propel me. And I use the word propel a lot, but my gosh, it just sums up exactly what I'm trying to say. Really, to move me forward or to move you forward, just use what you have. You have everything that God has given you right now at this very moment to get to where you're supposed to get to. But so often we are looking for the perfect thing. We want the perfect thing. We want the full set, the camera, the right mic, the right atmosphere, the right studio space to actually make the move. And yes, I am an advocate of quality over quantity, but at the same time, if there are things that are required of you to do right now, and Papa God is telling you to move on something now, and your excuse is you don't have, that's not how things work. That's not how things work in the realms. That's not how things work spiritually as well. When Papa God is telling you to do something, it's because he sees that he's already given you everything you need to get to wherever he's calling you to go. So outside of, I'm using myself as an example in this regard, to use what you have, because I'm living in what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about, you're literally seeing a manifestation of the things that I am talking about, right? Using what you have is so powerful, because then you have a frame of reference for what it is exactly you're willing to do. What are you willing to do to get to your destination? Are you willing to sacrifice some things? And maybe sometimes it means sacrificing even the pride that you have, and I guess that's a me to me. Okay, that hit a little bit. That's a me to me, sacrificing a little bit of the pride that you have. Yes, ideally I want the camera and I want all of those things, and I want to be able to edit the way I want it to be and all of that stuff. But the point of this podcast and the point of Cultrd really for me is you guys are going to get to see not only me, but I'm hoping you on the other side, other people that are the community in the comment section, all of the people that resonate with all the things that I'm saying. You're going to get to see a generation of people doing what needs to be done, taking the step, making the decision, setting the boundaries, the rules, the precedents that they want to adhere to, and really just using what we have to make sure that we are living in our wildest dreams, that we're taking the time to grow ourselves and develop ourselves with all of the resources that we have currently, and not waiting for a perfect time. There is no perfect time except for the perfect time that Papa God has made. And that's today. That's now. Because tomorrow hasn't happened yet. Surprise. Give Monday outside. And I so feel. Maobani, in Saturday, my dear. Okay? If it's not coming back. So the perfect time that you have is the one you're living in currently. That's the only time that you have to make sure that, okay, am I doing at least one thing, Bawo? One thing that is going to align me to what God's will is for my life. And I felt it heavy to speak about this today because I'm really at the, you know what? Actually, I don't even want to call it a cringe moment in my life. I don't think it's cringy. I had my cringe moment. If you wanna see my cringe, go to my YouTube channel, my personal one, and go look at me a year ago. I think I lived through my cringe. I did a whole 100+ videos of me just being cringy, just so I can build a comfortability to have a relationship with you on screen like I'm having with you right now, and to speak to you like somebody who believes that she's speaking to over 1 million+ subscribers. It's because I went through my cringe and I used what I had at the time. I'm still using what I have and what I had, but it's not gonna be for long. But I think that we just need to learn to make do with the present and be comfortable with it, and be so comfortable that okay, who's watching me, and not thinking about okay, what are people going to say. Abantu bazothini syndrome is a thing of the past. It's 2023. You lived through a whole pandemic, a whole disease that was busy chowing people. Do you know what I mean? And I say chowing, that was not the right word to use. I'm so sorry, but a disease that was not kind to the human race. I'm working on myself, guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, a disease that was not kind to the whole human race, and you lived through that, and you're still worried about mang otloring. I don't recommend that lifestyle. It doesn't suit you. I think you need to let that imposter syndrome go. You need to let go of any ideal that is holding you back from living who you want to be. If you decide today, my bad. If you decide today, DJ, then eba DJ, my dear. If you decide today a writer, then write. If you decide today that you want to be a musician, then sing, write, create something, do something, but do the thing that your heart desires. It doesn't matter what people think. Whether you want to be a dancer and you feel like you have 2 left feet, there is BM Dance Studio. Do you understand? Go Maboneng. Go Hallmark House. Go sign up for the class. Shout out. I'm such a fan of Buntle. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's not the point. But do something, right? Talk to somebody. Start creating the vision boards. If there's one thing I advocate for, and there's a lot of things I advocate for, but if there's a huge thing I advocate for, is Pinterest, the app. That's my favorite app. Anybody who knows me knows that Pinterest is my favorite app because I really use that as a tool for seeing the thing, man. Just put together vision boards, put them together on your phone, go on Instagram, take a blank page on your stories and just create a vision board. That's how I make my vision boards. Or go on Canva. You don't even need Canva Pro. I advocate for Canva Pro, but you don't even need Canva Pro. Just go and do the vision board. See it. Make sure that it's your screensaver. See the life that you want for yourself, and use everything that you have in you at this present moment to make sure that you're creating that life for you. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. Your generation deserves it. We need to hear your perspective. We want to hear from you. We want to see your art. We want to hear your music. We want to hear from you. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to be doing, do it. I advocate for it. I want you to be out there living your best life, living the life of your dreams, because it's very much so possible. If you're deciding that you want to be a content creator and you don't have the camera quality, start anyways. Do it. You can do it. I believe in you. So I think that today's episode really is a pep talk, Claire. Wait, it's a pep talk. It's a pep talk just not only to myself, but to you, fellow creator, fellow human being, moholo. I believe in you, and I believe in our capacity to use what we have. I believe in our dreams, and I believe in our visions, and I believe that God is faithful. And within all of those things, you being diligent with what you have, just wait and see what God is about to do in your life. Just wait and see. Just believe and trust that everything is working together for your good because you love God, because you're called according to his divine purpose. One understand? I'm preaching, but I'm not preaching, my dear. I am saying everything that you already know. But I think maybe you just need to hear it from a different vessel. So I come before you as a vessel who loves Christ. And I'm saying to you that you have the capacity and God has given you everything that you need to go into the next season of your life. But you have to be aware of it. You have to be conscious of those things. So yeah, this is episode 3 of Cultured. And I'm loving these episodes for us. I always thought that the segments of the show, the segments of the show would be longer, but I think they will be longer when I'm interviewing the different guests that I want to bring onto the show. I'm so excited for those people. They don't know it yet, but I've been writing a list of all of you guys and kitoletola one by one. Okay? So I'm excited for that season, but for now, I'm grateful for this opportunity to get to speak to you about the things that I feel are important to me as I navigate growth and as we navigate growth together. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Road to however many subscribers that God wills and sees it fit for me to steward. Road to that. And it's me, Nisia Pambili. I love you guys one by one. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me, for sharing your attention with me. And I hope that you go into this next week with the consciousness of your greatness, with the consciousness of what you have in you, with the consciousness of the capacity that God has placed inside of you to change the world, to change your world. I love you. And yeah, don't forget to listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all of the whole shebang. I love you guys. Like I said, ke le rata one by one. Baholo ke le dumedisa and ke le rata man. Ke le dumedisa. And I hope that life is kind to you this week. And if not, come back on Sunday and we'll do this again. This is another pep talk that we'll be having. See you next week for episode 4 of... All I had to do was get that right. See you next week for episode 4 of Cultured. I'm literally not going to... I'm not going to edit a lot of the things out. We're going to leave it like this because it's more like a rant, but a rant of positivity. You know? Because I believe in us. And because we're moving forward. And because we are going to be successful. And we are successful because we've decided it. And we have created the boundaries. And now we are using what we have. Okay? See you next week, guys. I love you.
My Jordan year, I am living with no fear, moving myself from here to here.